Hello, my Scorpio lovelies. This is your reading for the beginning of June. My name is Natasha, also known as Nourish Natasha. If you're new here, welcome. If you're old here, welcome back. We're going to pull some tarot cards. We're going to pull some oracle cards. We're going to see what the energy is for you for the beginning of June. We're going to pretty much jump right into this. I've already shuffled these decks. The only thing I'm going to say before we get started is I am running a little kind of contest for this round of readings. So if you would like to be entered to win a free 3-card personal tarot reading, just drop your name and a question if you have one in the comments below. If you don't have a question, you can just say general reading, and I'm going to pick one person from each zodiac sign from this round of readings to give a free 3-card reading to. So drop your name and a question in the comments. Don't forget to check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Some of this might be for you or for another Scorpio. So with that being said, Scorpio, we're going to get right into it. You got the devil at the bottom of the deck, my friends. You could be dealing with a Capricorn, but I think more so possibly dealing with your kind of own dark side, your own shadow self. This is the after tarot, so it's 1 second after the traditional tarot. And I think it's interesting that this devil has the lovers actually kind of, you know, getting it on the bottom, and then it has a bunch of demons in the background also. Traditionally, it's like the devil and then the two people standing, and he's kind of like has them chained. I think that perhaps you might have acted on those, that dark side Scorpio, but it's okay. It happens to the best of us. You know, we gotta move forward with it. We can't forever be in that devil energy. And again, it could be a Capricorn, maybe energy coming in. You know, the devil is the shadow self, but, you know, sometimes the devil can also signify mastery of the shadow self. I feel like Scorpio, I mean, you're ruled by Pluto, the planet of transformation. You rule death, you rule the tower. I feel like you are constantly in tune with your shadow self. So perhaps, Scorpio, you have mastered it, but if you're like, no, I know I'm being called out, I've been too deep in my devil energy, you know, I'm not judging. All right, just had a bunch of cards fly their way. The devil again, right on out of the deck. Yeah, definitely Scorpio, maybe a little bit in your devil energy. And I think it's coming from a place of, you know, we have the 9 of Wands here. Yeah, I think you have been working very hard. The 9 of Wands is the final stretch, the final countdown. You're almost there. Like, you've almost made it through this journey of the Wands, which is fire and passion. And we have also, come on, cards, cooperate with me. It's so hard to pick up cards when you have nails like I do. The Ace of Wands and the Page of Wands. I think you started a new creative journey, a new passionate journey, something that you are just really passionate about, but it's been a lot. Like, that fire energy is very draining. And I think you're finally coming up on the end of it with the 9 of Wands. You know, we're almost there. The 10 of Wands is kind of the completion of that cycle. But it's interesting too, because this 9 of Wands in this deck has 2 people instead of 1. I think you're coming up on the final stretch, and I think it's like the final boss battle is the devil energy for you, Scorpio. I think your final boss is dealing with those unhealthy coping mechanisms, that shadow self, whatever the chains that bind, right? Temptation, whatever you feel like is holding you back, because there's always that one thing, right? We all have that thing that we're like, you know, it's our vice, it's our thing that we fall back on. And I feel like you are so close to completing this cycle, and the last thing that you have to get rid of is that devil energy. Or maybe it's a Capricorn, I don't know, but I think that's your final boss battle, is the devil energy. And if you can move past that, Scorpio, we have a really great energy here. We have the 2 of Wands with the Chariot, rapid forward movement, passionate new beginning, a new venture, infinite possibilities. And again, interesting, this card has 2 people on it instead of 1, but they're holding the world in their hands together. And the Chariot is the card of rapid forward movement, maybe a physical journey somewhere. I see kind of like very travel-y kind of energy. The Chariot is also the card of Cancer. It is also the card, you have like all the water here, Cancer and Pisces with the moon as well, and then Capricorn. Also the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck, maybe some Taurus energy. But the Chariot is the card of the year 2023. It's card 7, so 2 plus 2 plus 3 is 7. You know, I see you very rapidly moving forward, Scorpio, this year, but you got to get past that final boss battle first. And I think you know, the reason perhaps why it's kind of scary for you to like wrap up this journey and move forward is because you do not know what lies ahead. The moon energy, it's illusion, it's dreamy, it's secretive, it's like a fog. It's like you don't really know what's on the other side of this for you. And that's why you kind of, I think, keep falling back into those maybe bad habits or that devil energy, because you're like, well, it's what I know. It's what I know. It's what I'm used to. It's my comfort zone, and whatever lies ahead is not my comfort zone. Whatever lies ahead, I don't know, because there's just so many possibilities. It's so much forward movement. I don't know what it looks like. You've been working really hard on this journey, this previous wands journey, this previous creative kind of project. And now that it's coming to an end, you're like, but I don't know what's going on there. Whatever this new journey is, I think it has more to do with love, emotions, Ace of Cups. You're literally being handed a heart. Some kind of, I definitely see a partner for you, Scorpio. Some kind of like, maybe a partner, friend, passionate, new emotional beginning. And I think that's what's kind of freaking you out. But to get through it, we have Justice and the King of Pentacles. Staying grounded, staying in your lane is what I'm hearing. Justice is the card of Libra, staying balanced. If you're like, how do I get through this, forward movement, and how do I get through the ending of, I'm defeating this boss and I'm moving forward into this new journey. What do I need? What are the tools that you need to get through it? It's Justice and the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles, slow and steady wins the race. Everything is kind of on autopilot for him. He's set all of his things in motion so he can be super stable and not have to like worry about work or career or the material. Like he just sits back and he has the abundance. Justice, again, card of Libra, balance. The scales balancing, could be karmic justice coming in. Again, I don't know why staying in your lane came into mind, but it's just like avoiding anything that would make the scales imbalanced, avoiding any kind of, like bad karma coming your way. Just really focusing on yourself and your stability and your bag and your career and just getting that coin, instead of focusing on anything else, because maybe that's what that toxic thing is, right? We have those levers kind of doing the do down there. Perhaps that's what you kind of need to let go of, Scorpio. Again, I'm not trying to call you out here. I'm just interpreting the cards. Everyone has a shadow self. Everyone has a dark side. We are human. To think that we do not have one is naive. And there's nothing wrong with having a shadow self. Practice non-judgment, non-attachment to it. Honestly, a lot of the times the reason why it stays the shadow self and it stays in the shadows is because we're ashamed of it. There's no need to be ashamed of it. Yeah, we got the Cosmic Rockery card. I have to say it like that because YouTube doesn't like curse words. The May was a doozy for all of us. We had this really terrible Mercury retrograde. It sucked. We went into Pluto retrograde, which again, Scorpio, you are ruled by Pluto. Transformation, death, tower energy, major transformations, and it's retrograding. So I think definitely Scorpio, you might be going through it a little bit with the planets, but the good news is that it is over. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's your time. It's your time to shine, Scorpio. It's your time to be loved. We have the Love Garden here. It's a very similar card to the Ten of Cups, and no kings but us. You are a king, Scorpio. King of Pentacles, right? You deserve to be a king, and you deserve to be loved, and you deserve to have that abundance. And there's community, there's like a bonfire happening, there's a rainbow, a very abundant garden. I think it kind of freaks you out, but you gotta, if you want that energy, you gotta go on this new journey with this Ace of Cups. You gotta leave this old journey behind. You gotta defeat the final boss and move into this new lovely love garden, kingly energy. What else does Scorpio need to hear? Hand in Hand is a card of grabbing your shadow's hand. It almost reminds me of the Upside Down in Stranger Things. This bottom half, can't talk. This bottom half reminds me of the Upside Down in Stranger Things, because this is reality. This is the shadow. You have to make friends with your shadow, Scorpio. You have to make friends with the devil. Suppressing the dark side, suppressing the devil inside has never done anyone any good. You have to embrace it. You have to be like, you know what? Again, I'm human. We all have it. We all have that dark side. And if you're confused on what the next step is, it's very simple. It's the next right thing. And you're like, Natasha, that's not simple. I don't know what the next right thing is. The next right thing kind of shrinks it down to the tiniest, littlest next right thing that you can do. The smallest action that you can take, the smallest step in the right direction that you can take. That's what the next right thing is. It's a compass. And it reminds me of the compass in parts of the Caribbean, Jack's compass that doesn't point north. And like, I'm telling you, this has come out in like almost every single one of these readings. Fortune favors the bold. And every time it comes out, I'm like, Pirates of the Caribbean, because it's literally like a ship and you're finding your heading. And it reminds me of the end of the first Pirates of the Caribbean, where, you know, Jack sails off on the Black Pearl, and that's kind of what it reminds me of. You have to pick your heading, you have to find your direction, and then you just have to take it one step at a time, one next right thing at a time. And also, while you're on that journey, you have to find your reason to live juice, and you have to carry your weather. And you can see in those weather balloons, there's sunshine, rainbow, and also storm clouds. And that's the devil, right, is a storm cloud. And the dark side is the storm clouds, and the heavy emotions is the storm clouds. But there's also happiness and rainbows and sunshine. But no matter what, whether it's light or dark, whether it is your shadow self or your conscious self, they're all going on the journey with you, Scorpio. You can't, you know, start this new journey like, I'm just not gonna do the bad thing anymore. I'm not gonna have the devil energy anymore. It's just gonna go away magically. Guess what? Usually that means it's gonna rear its ugly head even more. So you need to carry your weather. You need to carry both the good and the bad, process both the good and the bad. And while you're on that journey, find some reason to live juice. Reason to live juice are the things that aren't like necessarily maybe a part of our goals or like a part of our career or like whatever. It's just the stuff that makes life worth living, the fun stuff, the, you know, doing whatever it is you're passionate about, whatever weird random thing that you like, Scorpio, you need to incorporate some of that into your journey. What else does Scorpio need to hear? Any final messages from this deck? I just want a couple more. Chaos mode saying no thank you. Okay, we'll pull the old-fashioned way. I laughed because the hell train. The hell train is coming, and it is kind of a tower moment. However, it came out with Infinity Mirror and Tag You're It. And this just also came up in my Libra reading, and I think the message here is very similar to that one. Is like, when you start on this new journey, this new Ace of Cups, this new Chariot, whatever it may be, when you start on it, it's going to be a little overwhelming, right? You're going to suddenly find yourself kind of in the spotlight of this new journey. This is like the paparazzi flashing all their cameras. And that to you, Scorpio, feels like a hell train, because Scorpio is my deep, dark, mysterious sign that doesn't, I feel like Scorpios don't necessarily like being in the spotlight. I think because, again, you know, with the spotlight and with all these kind of cameras flashing, it kind of shines the light on your dark side and your good side and all the sides. And, you know, I think Scorpio, you know, likes to be pretty mysterious and like kind of, you keep that dark side and the devil kind of close to the belt. And suddenly you're like, oh my goodness. I mean, maybe to process this Scorpio, to process through this devil energy, you have to kind of put it in the spotlight. You have to kind of put your whole self out there, and that freaks you out. That's the hell train for you. You're like, no thank you. But if you can do that, Infinity Mirror, infinite possibilities await you. Now, this is like when you go into like a place that has like the double mirrors and you just see all these infinite versions of yourself. There are so many versions of you, Scorpio, that can come out of this new journey. Similar energies, the Two of Wands, again, infinite journey. The world is in your hands. And that can be scary, you know. it can be freaky to be like, oh my gosh, you know, when you're in one of those like infinity mirror situations where there's just like these endless versions of yourself, it's definitely very horror movie-esque, right? Kind of freaky. And you're like, I don't know, you know, I don't know which possibility is the one. I don't know which is the direction that I'm going to take. I think maybe that's also why you're stressing about the next right thing and which direction to go in, is because you're like, I see so many directions. I see so many options. And the direction you need to go in is the Ace of Cups one. Whatever feels right in your heart. Whatever is offer of the heart. Final messages for Scorpio. Yes, absolutely. The first card that came out was the Divine Masculine card. Solar energy. That King of Pentacles energy for sure. The Divine Masculine, the Divine Boss energy, the hard energy, right? The feminine is like the soft, masculine is like the hard. I think, and honestly, ironically enough, the card that came out with was the Water card. I think, you know, water, the Ace of Cups, same energy. I think that's kind of what's stopping you from the Ace of Cups, and it's kind of stopping you from that new journey, is because even though Scorpio, you are a water sign, I feel like Scorpio is the like fieriest of the water signs, and the softness feels weird to you. The very soft, flowy, unstructured moon, Ace of Cups, water energy, you're like, don't like that. But that's what you need to lead into. And then this card, Time, came out. It has an hourglass on it. I want to see what the description of that card is. Divine timing is everything. Oh, I just need... Oh my goodness, excuse me. Divine timing is everything. You are not stuck or heading in the wrong direction. Drawing the hourglass asks you to have patience with whatever your current situation is. All will come to pass when the moment is right. This card can also indicate that something is waiting for you on the horizon. What did I say? Bring me that horizon. That's what I'm saying. And again, with the pirate imagery at the bottom of the deck is this anchored card with an anchor, or grounded with an anchor on it. I think definitely, you know, I think what scares you is feeling ungrounded, moving with all this water energy. But you can definitely stay grounded in that energy. If it feels scary to you, find what grounds you. Find that Divine Masculine. Find that King of Pentacles energy if you feel weird moving forward with this heavy water, illusion, dreamy moon energy. All right, Scorpio, that is all I have for you. I hope this resonates. Again, don't forget to leave your name and a question in the comments if you want to be entered into that 3-card pull drawing. Don't forget to check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and don't forget to check out all my offerings. I have a membership here on YouTube where we do live tarot readings, live yoga, live new moon and full moon workshops every week. It's only $9.99 a month. You just hit that join button. You get access to this really awesome online coven, online community. I have witchcraft and wellness courses. You can shop those. I have witchcraft and wellness 30-day challenge. I have a ton of free content here and on TikTok, Instagram, all those things. So don't forget to hit all those buttons. Like, comment, save, subscribe, share if you enjoyed this. And I think that's all I have for you. And I will see you next time, my Scorpio lovelies.